Right now on Good Morning Northwest, multiple people were arrested after a police chase all across Tri-Cities. And 3 people have been arrested in connection with a murder that took place on New Year's Eve. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5 a.m. on Friday, March 1st. We finally made it to Friday, so let's check in right away on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. And Tiffany, it's a lot colder than it was this time yesterday.
It really is, Jessica. It kind of hits you in the face as you step out the door. Yesterday, remember, we were in the 50s and 60s. This morning, we're anywhere from 10 to about 22 degrees colder than where we were 24 hours ago. And that brings us down into the 30s and 40s across the board. It's 40 in the Tri-Cities, 39 in Walla Walla. It's 39 at Hanford and 37 degrees in Yakima. There is a little bit of a breeze out there still, anywhere between, I'd say, 8 and about 19 miles per hour. So we're looking at another breezy day today, but those wind gusts not quite as high as yesterday and the day before. Things have really quieted down as we take a look at the radar. Just a couple of light snow showers along the higher elevations of the Blues and the Cascades, but not nearly as active as it was yesterday. Now in Yakima, we'll get down into the middle 30s, may start off with a little bit of sunshine, middle 40s today. Could see a sprinkle or a flurry. In the Tri-Cities, maybe a sprinkle later on this afternoon, but chances are pretty low. Highs in the lower 50s, and then we will have a slightly better chance for some light rain showers on and off through the afternoon hours with highs in the middle 40s in Walla Walla. We're looking at a cooler weekend, especially compared to last weekend. We'll break it down for you coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And 2 people were arrested after a police chase spanned through all of Tri-Cities yesterday. Kennewick police had been investigating 25-year-old Caitlin Vinson for murder in the second degree since August of last year. Officers say they spotted her in Kennewick where she attempted to run away. Police began to chase Vinson through Kennewick, Pasco, and Richland, where her car ultimately crashed. After her car crashed, officials said she was arrested for murder in the second degree, felony harassment, and attempting to elude. Police say 39-year-old Joe Gonzalez was driving the car during the time of the chase and was arrested for rendering criminal assistance and attempting to elude.
I just got out of my chair and looked, and there's a car sitting in front of the window there and smoking. And
Kennewick police say Vincent is a suspect in the murder of 36-year-old Daniel Bueno. Officers also had probable cause to arrest Vincent for her felony harassment in relation to an incident that took place Wednesday. And the Yakima Police Department said one of its officers suffered injuries after the driver of a stolen vehicle crashed into them. Just after 4 p.m. Thursday, investigators said they were about to arrest 2 people suspected of trying to sell a stolen car in a parking lot in the 2300 block of East Nob Hill Boulevard. When authorities began closing in on the area, one person got into the vehicle and drove away. Authorities said in the man's attempt to get away, he crashed head-on into a patrol vehicle. Washington State Patrol says the suspected driver was under the influence of narcotics. Both the driver and the passenger were arrested at the scene. The officer in the patrol car at the time of the crash suffered injuries, but they are expected to be okay. The Kennewick Police Department said 3 people have been arrested after police believe they have a connection in a case involving the disappearance of 38-year-old Oscar Munoz of Kennewick. On February 21st, there was an active SWAT standoff in the 9000 block of Arrowhead Avenue in connection to this case. Police say Munoz was last seen alive on New Year's Eve, and they believe his disappearance is suspicious. Detectives said they found enough evidence at the scene to arrest 3 Kennewick residents. 23-year-old Michael Golden for murder in the second degree, as well as 54-year-old Carrie Golden and 33-year-old Coral Hernandez for rendering criminal assistance in the first degree. Investigators said they are still searching for Munoz's body. In continuing coverage, a new ruling in the case against the man accused of killing 4 University of Idaho students in 2022, suspect Brian Koberger will not stand trial this year. Prosecutors are now proposing a trial in early March of 2025. But according to defense attorney Ann Taylor, she likely still would not have enough time.
So not only do we have a huge volume of information, The way I get it is completely disorganized. And it's like if you wanted to play 52 card pickup with 100,000 decks of cards and throw them in the air, and I have to go figure out how to put them together. And by the way, the backs of every one of those cards look the same.
Taylor is proposing the summer of 2025 as a possible trial date instead. They also discussed the scheduling for a hearing regarding Kohberger's motion for a change of venue, and the judge is recommending early May for a hearing on that motion. In Pasco police are asking for the community's help to identify a man whose body was found in the Columbia River last September. The department released an artist's rendering on your screen now of what police believe the man looked like. He's described as 5'7", about 150 pounds, with a reddish-gray beard and short brown hair. Police say he appeared in his late 30s or 40s. There were no tattoos or identifying marks. If you recognize this person, contact detectives at the email on your screen or the Franklin County Coroner's Office. And the Chelan County Sheriff's Office is searching for a missing woman. 37-year-old Adriana Nunez Gutierrez has been reported missing since 2 a.m. on February 16th. She was last seen at her home in Chelan. Officers say she's 5'3" and weighs about 110 pounds. Investigators say they don't know what she might have been wearing or where she could be. If you have any information on her disappearance, contact the Sheriff's Office. We're less than 1 week away from the end of the 2024 Washington State legislative session, and final votes are being made on proposals that could become state law this year. One proposal that stirred up a significant amount of controversy would require gun owners to report loss or theft of firearms within 24 hours of discovering it's missing. If it isn't reported, you could face a $1,000 fine. That bill has made it past both the State House and Senate. It's now heading to Governor Inslee for his signature. And a less controversial proposal would make animal cruelty a ranked felony, increasing the punishment for people convicted of animal abuse. Lawmakers left that proposal unchanged before passing it unanimously through the Senate. Another bill that received unanimous approval in both the House and Senate would make it a crime to create fake pornography using images of real people. Concern has grown surrounding the safety of children and teens as pictures created with artificial intelligence are getting more realistic. But the proposal is broad enough that it would cover traditional photo editing, like using things like Photoshop, and potential future technology as well. The results of Washington's February special election have been certified, and one local ballot issue ended in a tie. A school levy for the Dixie School District in Walla Walla County would have needed over 50% approval to pass, but 94 people voted in favor of the proposition, while 94 voted against it. And due to the tie, the levy officially failed. The county elections office says the district has already filed to get the proposition on the ballot again for a vote coming up in April. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, it's the first day of March, which means it's Colon Cancer Awareness Month. It's now the deadliest cancer for men under age 50 and the second deadliest cancer for women under 50. We have how the disease is impacting younger people. And looking outside, temperature is 40 degrees, a lot chillier than it was this time yesterday, so do be prepared for that. And we'll be back with more headlines right after this.
It's Markdown Madness now at Mattress Depot USA.
Get slam dunk savings of up to 60% off.
Beat the buzzer, these prices won't last long.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Dear winter, we're coming. Our squad of vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of our game. Bundle up. Toyota.
Right now, get $1,000 bonus cash when you purchase a new Tundra or Tundra Hybrid. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
This year, I got serious about my taxes. I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and Miami, all on my own.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
I'm too tired to smile.
Make your moves count. Intuit TurboTax. Let a full-service expert do your taxes for you as soon as today.
Come aboard Water to Wine Cruises. Our unique weekend brunch cruise offers delicious dishes by our chefs as you take in beautiful views of the river. Start the morning off right and visit watertowinecruises.com to book your brunch today.
Save the time, money, and stress of finding the perfect mattress when you shop at Sleepmore inside More Furniture. We have a huge selection of mattresses competitively priced with online mattress shops, but you get the benefit of feeling it for yourself in one of our many showroom locations. With mattresses starting from $199 and free direct shipping, why leave it up to chance when you can be confident in your decision at the same great value? Visit sleepmore.com to learn more.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all. Again. There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss out on impressive President's Day savings.
Let's roll.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 in MAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Once a student is reported missing, all hell breaks loose.
Did this college student kill his best friend over a woman they both loved?
Now you're speaking out for the first time. Why?
All new 2020, tonight at 9/8 Central on ABC.
An affordable, adjustable bed from Mattress Depot USA will help you sleep better.
And help alleviate aches and pains, sleep apnea, and snoring.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Hello there. Watch Live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your health news, on this first day of March, doctors and patients are marking Colon Cancer Awareness Month. And the death of a former college football star this week is a stark reminder of the toll the disease is taking on younger Americans. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
This morning, friends, family, and fans are remembering Craig Rowe, a former star linebacker for the University of Michigan, losing his battle with colon cancer.
Michigan has forever been defined by guys stepping up every year.
He was just 33. Rowe was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer last year. His death, part of a troubling trend. Colon cancer is now the deadliest cancer for men under age 50 and the second deadliest cancer for women under 50. Doctors say obesity and lifestyle can play a role.
What we're concerned about clearly are food or environmental exposures that may be there, but it's hard to know. What we do know is this, that for people under the age of 50 diagnosed with colon cancer, about a third of them have some remarkable family history that might have given us a clue as to that having occurred.
That's why doctors say it's so important to get screened, beginning at age 45. But Americans are not getting the message. 80% of people ages 45 to 50 are not getting screened, many of them dreading a colonoscopy.
There are options to do it in your own home within just a few minutes and with just as much accuracy as a colonoscopy.
Those with a family history of cancer or who experience symptoms should talk to their doctor about getting screened earlier. Symptoms include a change in bowel habits, rectal bleeding, abdominal discomfort, fatigue, and unexplained weight loss.
Doctors say colorectal cancer can develop silently, so early detection is key. If caught early, the survival rate is more than 90%. And more than 1 billion people in the world are now living with obesity. A new global analysis published yesterday points to a rapid transition of malnutrition in low to middle income countries, and the study looked at the height and weight measurements of over 220 million people from more than 190 countries. It estimates that obesity rates among children and teens quadrupled between 1990 and 2022, and more than doubled among adults during the same time period. In all, 879 million adults and 159 million children were estimated to be obese. The study also found the number of people who were underweight fell in most countries. In fact, the researchers found some low-income and middle-income countries have higher obesity rates than many wealthy industrialized countries. And the 1 billion mark of people living with obesity was reached much quicker than what was expected. Previous estimates by the World Obesity Foundation suggested that number would be hit by 2030. And the number of deaths from excessive alcohol use spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic. That's according to a new report from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention that was published yesterday. The researchers found that there were an average of 488 deaths per day due to excessive drinking. The increase in deaths related to excessive alcohol use seemed to hit all ages. And although there were more alcohol-related deaths among men, the increase was even larger for women. The CDC looked at deaths related directly to excessive drinking, like alcohol poisoning, crashes, and falls, and indirectly like cancer, heart disease, and stroke. The new report points to more permissive policies that allowed alcohol deliveries and carry-out drinks during the pandemic. And that's in addition to stress, loneliness, social isolation, and mental health issues. Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, a construction project that Kennewick City officials are billing as another town square continues. We'll take a look at its progress coming up. And looking outside, temperature is still 40 degrees. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. That is right when we come back.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade. I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
I'm Jan Baldwin, and I built this. And I built this. My father, my grandfather, and my great-grandfather were all woodworkers. And they taught me the craftsman tradition that says anything worth doing is worth doing right. That's why we get all our building materials from Par. They've been part of our success for 3 generations.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
Washington's presidential primary is on March 12th. Get ready to participate and make sure you have reliable information you can trust. Visit sos.wa.gov/elections to learn more about voting in the presidential primary and how your state and local election workers keep our elections secure. The vote starts with you.
Sponsored by the Office of the Secretary of State and aired in cooperation with the Washington State Association of Broadcasters and this station.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's the Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's the Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar. At the Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
It's a great day for fly fishing.
I like the solitude. I like the beauty of it. I like the size of the fish.
Fly the Northwest over Amber Lake.
Yeah, it's a wonderful day to fish.
Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Next ET, Austin Butler on his wild Dune transformation.
You can't open your eye.
Plus, our exclusive with Britpop sensations S Club Then and Now.
Next ET. Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now. The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
It is a much colder start on this Friday. It's a drier start on this Friday compared to the rainy day we saw yesterday in many locations, not all, but I do want to show you some of the rainfall totals because they were impressive. Walla Walla and Pendleton, you can see that star next to the number there. Both those locations broke their daily rainfall record for the day yesterday, and it was the 29th of February. So in Walla Walla, you picked up 34/100ths of an inch, Pendleton 27/100ths. It's not a ton of rain, but it's more rain than they have seen on any February 29th in history. Connell picked up 15/100ths of an inch, Hermiston 8/100ths of an inch, so not even a tenth there. Just a trace in the Tri-Cities, and Yakima ended up staying dry yesterday with those lower rain chances. Sunrise today in the Tri-Cities, Pasco area, 6:34 this morning, getting earlier and earlier. The big thing you'll notice this morning is that it's so much colder than when you stepped outside yesterday morning. Yesterday morning, remember we were talking about those 50s and 60s out ahead of the front? Well, this morning it's a good 15 to 22 degrees colder than where we were 24 hours ago. So as you step outside in the Tri-Cities right now, it's 40 degrees. It's 39 in Walla Walla, 37 in Pendleton, 38 in Prosser, and 37 degrees in Yakima. And there's a little bit of a breeze out there, still making it feel even colder. Overall, the wind speeds have come down, though. Winds are primarily out of the south and southwest, anywhere from about 5 to 15 miles per hour. The precipitation has really died down overnight as well. Still a little bit of light snow along the higher elevations of the Blues, but notice things have really quieted down along the Cascades where winter storm warnings have expired. Here's the weather pattern. We have a system offshore still bringing rain and snow to portions of western Washington and western Oregon. And here's the setup as we go into the weekend. We're still going to have this large dip in the jet stream. And what's going to happen is that's going to allow pieces of energy to move onto the west coast, keeping a slight chance for a few rain, snow showers in the forecast over the weekend. This afternoon, we could see a sprinkle, a flurry locally, but I think we're going to be just too dry at the lower levels of the atmosphere to really support much in the way of rain or snow today. So I think most of us will be staying dry. And then this evening, we'll have some slightly better chances for a few light rain and snow showers to push in. Let's take a closer look and show you what I mean. We're starting off partly to mostly cloudy this morning. Then as we get into the afternoon, the computer model picks up on a few light rain showers out there. But like I mentioned, a lot of this will probably evaporate before reaching the ground. So a sprinkle, a flurry possible, maybe a light passing rain shower out toward Walla Walla. Temperatures today, upper 40s and lower 50s. Tonight, we'll have another piece of energy bringing us better chances for some scattered light rain and snow showers. No accumulation expected, though, if you do see any light snow showers passing through. Temperatures will be dropping into the low and middle 30s. And your 7-day forecast showing that this weekend, much cooler than the 50s and 60s we saw last weekend. Highs only in the upper 40s. More sunshine expected on Sunday. Yakima 45 today, 43 tomorrow. Slight chance for a snow shower. 45 on Sunday with more sunshine. And we keep it chilly as we head into next week. Walla Walla, we have slightly better chances for some scattered light rain and snow showers into the weekend, but still any activity will be scattered at best. Hermiston 50s today, 40s this weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And there are some big changes on the way for the Tri-Cities Airport. Airport Director Buck Taft says this past holiday season, there was a shortage of parking spots available for people, and they want to change that. More parking could possibly bring in more revenue while simplifying the travel process for those who want to have their car right here when they return to the Tri-Cities. The improvements do come at a bit of a cost as the short-term parking fee rises from $10 to $12, while long-term increases from $13 to $16. Taft says these improvements will cost around $2 million.
Right now, we're still in the design where we're working out how many spots we want, and we're kind of still working that. But we have roughly a little over $2 million for the total, the parking lot expansion, and then the addition of the new technology in the short, long-term, and credit card lots for ease of access in and out.
The new technology would no longer require magnetic strip cards for parking. Instead, it would change to a barcode system and license plate reader. Taft says those changes are going to streamline entering and exiting the airport. The airport estimates between 200 to 300 new spots could be added. And Taft says he hopes the new parking spots will be available in time for summer, but says they'll be completed by the start of the holiday season. And major Kennewick construction project Vista Fields continues to be in phase 1 of its building plans. Director of Real Estate, Amber Hanchett, says 21 parcels are available across 20 acres with roads, fountains, and pedestrian bridges. A few businesses have pending agreements to set up shop there, and that includes stores and restaurants. Hanchett says things have been off and running within the last year, despite some early setbacks.
By the time we did our grand opening for Vista Field, and then all of us experienced the global pandemic that took us off course just a little bit, like it did for everybody. And then as we came out of the pandemic, the thoughts of a recession, people started to get quite conservative, interest rates fluctuated, so there was a lot of questions, uncertainty. But I will tell you that we have had some great momentum the last several months, probably the last year, people saying, I see the future, I see the vision.
Hanchett says they'll be renovating existing buildings at Vista Field this summer to repurpose them for hosting community events. And it all sounds exciting. I would love a new brunch spot. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, WSU Tri-Cities closed out Black History Month yesterday with a major honor for Washington State University's first Black president.
Young and old, come dance the night away. Active for Life presents Senior Prom. The festivities take place March 28th at the Red Lion Pasco. This year's theme is Dancing Through the Decades. This event is open to the public, so grab your favorite senior and dress up in your favorite decade. There'll be a red carpet walkthrough with dinner, drinks, and dancing, plus a photo booth, games, and tons of prizes. Get your tickets online at Solutions in Home Care, Wheatland Bank, or Family Resource Home Care. Senior Prom at the Pasco Red Lion, brought to you by Active for Life's fine sponsors and title sponsor Chinook Home Healthcare.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts The Oscars, Sunday, March 10th on ABC.
Hop on a Ben Franklin Transit bus to the movies and get ready for The Oscars live Sunday, March 10th at a new time, 4 p.m. on ABC Apple Valley News Now. Sponsored locally by Ben Franklin Transit.
At Bi-Mart, we're celebrating 20 years of employee ownership. Save now with our latest savings book. Shop store-wide with Owner's Choice Anniversary Savings. Save on PMC 556 ammo. All single candy bars are 5 for $5. Campbell's Chunky Soup is 2 for $3. Plus, we've got you covered on all your spring gardening essentials for less. Save now at Bi-Mart, celebrating 20 years of being employee-owned and proudly saving our members more.
Leap year is here, and More Furniture wants to give you an extra opportunity to save. 2024 has an extra day, so we're giving you an extra year of special interest-free financing on your purchase. Get sale pricing store-wide on all our best sellers, newest arrivals, and in-stock furniture. And take an extra year to pay. Don't wait another 4 years for the furniture you love. Get it this leap year with special savings, only at More Furniture.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency?
Let's go, let's go! That's it! Go back, go back, go back!
I'm right here with you.
Prosser Memorial Health board-certified pediatricians Dr. Dennis Moore and Dr. Gary Podolsky care for newborns through age 18 and are now accepting new patients at our Grandview and Prosser Clinic locations. Their services include wellness exams, school and sports physicals, and treatment for common childhood illnesses. To schedule an appointment for your child, call a Prosser Memorial Health Clinic near you or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Zendaya and Timothy are ready for total box office domination. Everything you don't know about Dune 2.
How could it even be better than the first one?
Plus the story behind Zendaya's unforgettable Tom Ford number. Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
To Good Morning Northwest in education news, for the final day of Black History Month this year, WSU Tri-Cities Black Student Union honored the late Elson S. Floyd, the college's 10th president. The campus held the event to celebrate the unveiling of Floyd's portrait and plaque that'll now hang in the building bearing his name. Floyd served as the 10th president of the school from 2007 until 2015. Floyd's widow traveled all the way from North Carolina to attend the unveiling.
3, 2, 1.
And I cannot thank you enough for allowing me to be a part of a day that is so special in the lives of Elson's family. Elson loved Washington State University more than you could possibly know.
Floyd was known for increasing access and affordability for higher education. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, new policy changes could be on the way following President Biden and former President Trump's visits to the southern border. And the Senate voted yesterday on whether or not to pass a stopgap bill that would avoid a partial government shutdown.
In today's Tech Bites, Apple allowing users with the latest MacBook Pro and iMac models to fix their own devices. The company expanded its self-service repair program to include computers powered by its new M3 chip. They'll also have access to Apple's remote diagnostic tool in addition to manuals and parts. Next, X's audio chat rooms called Spaces can now broadcast live video. Only people hosting the session can enable the video and broadcast with either their front or rear cameras. During the session, participants can still speak or co-host. And finally, Spotify is launching a new feature called Song Psychic, which allows users to ask questions and get answers through music. It's like a modern-day Magic 8-Ball, offering responses on everything from careers to school to love, all in good fun. So if this goes well, Spotify will have made a profit and a fortune. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
I'm a parking gate and I'm all out of whack.
Please insert your parking ticket.
It's gonna take a lot more than a little ticket to get out of here. And if you have cut rate car insurance, this could leave you all bent out of shape. No! So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
Someone!
That's broken too, pal.
Please insert your parking ticket.
Sore throat got your tongue? Mucinex Insta-Sue Sore Throat Medicated Drops. Uniquely formulated for rapid relief that lasts and lasts.
That's my baby!
Get Mucinex Insta-Sue. It's comeback season.
When you smell the amazing scent of Gain Flings, time stops. And you realize you're in love.
Steve!
With a laundry detergent. Gain Flings. Seriously good scent.
Biden challenged his likely 2024 rival, Donald Trump, as the pair took part in dueling visits to the border ahead of November's election. And there was a major vote yesterday in the United States Senate on a stopgap bill that would avert a partial government shutdown. Don't forget, meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:33 on Friday, March 1st. Happy Friday. Let's check in right now on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. Tiffany, it's a lot colder. Are we going to get some rain today?
We may see a little bit of very light rain, just a sprinkle or a flurry in some locations, but I don't think we're going to see the type of rain we saw yesterday. So we're not going to see any of that steady light rain. The big change today is the temperature difference. From just 24 hours ago, we're a good 22 degrees colder than where we were at this time yesterday morning, and that puts our numbers in the 30s and 40s. Remember, yesterday morning out ahead of the front, we were in the 50s and 60s. That is clearly not the case this morning, so make sure you get that heavy coat back out of the closet. The rain and the snow has decreased in coverage overnight, and we're still tracking a couple of snow showers across the blues this morning, but that is it. So as you head out the door, make sure you have the warm jacket. You may want to take the umbrella and just keep it in the car. We do have very slight chances for a rain or a snow shower, but I think many of you probably won't need it. And we shouldn't see the weather slow you down this morning. Visibility is looking good. It's just cold out there, so you may want to take that coffee with you to go. And then this evening, mostly cloudy temperatures in the upper 40s. The weekend is looking dry for the most part. We'll talk about those small rain chances, and we'll also have your travel forecast coming up in a bit. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. In the southern border, front and center for voters, President Biden and former President Trump visiting the border in Texas yesterday to say how they'd fix the issue. Illegal border crossings are hitting record highs. More than 2 million people were apprehended in 2022 alone. ABC's Perry Russum has the latest.
President Biden and former President Trump with dueling visits at the U.S.-Mexico border.
We need to act. A very dangerous border. We're going to take care of it.
Both leading candidates for president saying how they'll fix the border crisis. Biden urging Republican lawmakers to pass the border security bill.
Instead of playing politics with the issue, why don't we just get together and get it done?
The bill would give more funding to Border Patrol officers and immigration judges. It's currently stalled in Congress.
I just don't believe that the Senate bill, as I've explained in all of our statements, meets the criteria that's necessary to solve the problem.
House Republicans are blocking the bill under direction from Trump, giving him political ammunition against Biden. Trump is promising mass deportations and more border wall. In Trump's 4 years in office, 50 miles of new wall was built, but deportations dropped significantly, far below his predecessor, Barack Obama. The former president at one point waving to migrants on the other side of the Rio Grande.
They like Trump. Could you believe it?
Before claiming, without providing any sources, that terrorists are crossing into the country.
They're coming from mental institutions, and they're coming from insane asylums, and they're terrorists. They're being let into our country.
Voters in Texas highlighting the urgency of the issue.
It is a crisis. Personally, immigration, of course, is a very big issue. We need to fix our immigration system.
With that border bill stalled, the president is considering taking executive action to tackle the crisis that could include tougher asylum laws. An announcement could come at next week's State of the Union. And a federal judge in Austin, Texas, has suspended Senate Bill 4, a controversial state immigration law. It was set to take effect on Tuesday. The law would allow Texas law enforcement agents to arrest and detain people they suspect of entering the country illegally. The judge who stopped the law from going into effect, David Allen Ezra, argued that it would open the door to individual states passing their own version of federal immigration laws. On Capitol Hill yesterday, the Senate passed a stopgap bill to avert a partial shutdown. Lawmakers voted 77-13 to extend government funding on a short-term basis. The new deadlines are now set for March 8th and March 22nd. The House okayed the bill earlier in the day. The measure now heads to President Joe Biden to be signed into law. Some government funding would have expired on Friday, today, if lawmakers did not pass the stopgap bill in time. And on Wednesday, congressional leaders announced an agreement on 6 appropriations bills. They said the package of 6 spending bills will be enacted before March 8th. The remaining appropriations bills to fund the rest of the government will be finalized and passed before March 22nd. And around the world now, Thursday, at least 112 Palestinian civilians were killed and over 700 injured in Gaza as they gathered around food aid trucks. According to the Palestinian Ministry of Health, the civilians had gathered around newly arrived aid trucks hoping to get food when Israeli tanks and drones started shooting at them. An Israel Defense Forces spokesperson says aid trucks delivering food were rushed by crowds with trucks running over people. Then he says a group of Palestinians approached Israeli forces who then opened fire. But witnesses say it was the Israeli military opening fire on people near the trucks that caused the drivers to pull away in panic, accidentally ramming people into the crowd, causing further deaths and injuries. And the incident is drawing criticism from U.S. officials.
Far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed over the course of this conflict, not just today, but over the past nearly 5 months. The acceptable number of innocent Palestinians dying is 0.
Over 30,000 people have been killed in Gaza since October 7th, according to their Ministry of Health. A spokesperson for nonprofit Save the Children says 12,000 of those deaths have been children. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the IRS has announced an effort to reach more than 125,000 high-income earners who have failed to file federal income tax returns since 2017. Looking outside, temperature is still 40 degrees, a lot cooler than it was yesterday, and will be mostly dry. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have your first alert full forecast. That is coming up shortly.
Ready for a refresh? Macy's has exactly what you need right now. With updates for every day, and everywhere life takes you. Find it at Macy's.
Whether someone is across the neighborhood, across the street, or across the room, you have the power to make them feel right at home. Ritz, a taste of welcome.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction. Some bath remodels just cover up water damage. Fact. Bathfitter inspects and cleans your current tub area, and we make any necessary repairs before installing our product for a watertight fit. Bathfitter installations are built to last, with a lifetime warranty to fit your expectations. Get the bath that fits you. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
So, all of us are here to talk about trading. Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See, $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
You drive a hard bargain. Boom. Chocolate milk.
You don't have to trade.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
Okay.
Get $830 off any phone. No trade-in needed. US Cellular. Built for us.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at waggrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
It's Live's finale from Las Vegas with American Idol's Lionel Richie plus Holly D. And Monday, March 11th, it's Live's After the Oscars show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather.
In consumer news now, a slight setback for home shoppers as spring approaches, a key time for home buying. Mortgage rates have approached 7% for a fourth straight week. According to Freddie Mac, the 30-year fixed-rate mortgage averaged 6.94%, up slightly from the week prior. Rates hit a 20-year high of nearly 7.8% in October before they began to drop. However, rates have trended higher recently, and this comes amid speculation that the Federal Reserve will not cut its benchmark lending rate until later this year. And the Internal Revenue Service is cracking down on high-income earners who have not filed income taxes in the past 6 years. Yesterday, the IRS announced it's sending compliance letters to more than 125,000 people, some of them millionaires who did not file federal tax returns since 2017. Agents use third-party information like W-2s and 1099 forms to identify violators. For several years, the IRS did not have the manpower to pursue offenders, but the agency received a boost in resources from the Inflation Reduction Act. And tax officials say those who receive letters are urged to act quickly to avoid additional penalties and fines. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, it could be a big weekend at the box office for movie theaters as a major blockbuster hits the screens. And looking at Skycam, 40 degrees out. It will be mostly dry with maybe a shower or flurry in the afternoon. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. Keep it right here.
Hello there. Watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Mr. Box, I had this idea.
Is it giving people lots of great food for $6 and letting them choose between 2 delicious sandwiches? Great idea, Devin. Run with it.
Well.
And you run and get my $6 Jack Pack.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all.
Again.
There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss out on impressive President's Day savings.
Let's roll.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 in Mac cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
They say post it or it didn't happen. But out here, in the places we were made for, you'll have to take our word for it. Find somewhere the internet's never been. With a family of Broncos designed to get you there.
Your choice. Get a 2023 Bronco Sport with 0 for 60 or lease for $299 a month only at your local Ford dealer.
Jimmy Kimmel, what'll it be? Will you go back to your normal Oscars night of sitting alone on the couch scrolling TikTok and eating churros? Or will you accept the awesome responsibility of hosting the Oscars, taking on with it all the attendant expectations, pressures, and scrutiny? The choice is yours.
The churro for sure, yeah.
No, man, you're supposed to. Why do all the beautiful dummies come to me for advice?
The Oscars, live, Sunday, March 10th, at a new time on ABC.
You want a bite?
You were nominated for Volunteers Count, and you won, and you've got yourself a $1,000 donation from STCU.
For a small organization like us, that is not an insignificant amount of money.
I'm more of a behind-the-scenes person, so when I do get the recognition for the stuff that I do, it's like very rewarding.
She was just the perfect person.
STCU Volunteers Count honors volunteers in our communities. Please tell us a story of someone you believe is making an impact.
Next ET, Austin Butler on his wild Dune transformation.
You can't open your eye.
Plus, our exclusive with Brit pop sensations S Club Then and Now.
Next ET. Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
My French toast sticks are back, starting at $2.50. Now with a sweet new twist, cinnamon sugar churro. Dunk, bite, and savor them any time of day or all day. It's totally up to you. Only for a limited time. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back. Welcome to March, everyone. Can you believe it? We are getting closer and closer to the start of the spring season, which is officially March 19th, but it's actually the first day of meteorological spring. I'll explain more on that coming up a little bit later on in the show. But here are the average highs and lows for today and also the end of the month. So today our average high, 54, average low 60 degrees. Average low 30 degrees rather. Look how much our average high increases. By the end of the month, the average will be in the lower 60s and we'll get above freezing as part of our average low by the end of the month. So we're going in the right direction. Speaking of March, let's talk about the holiday countdown because there are a couple of important dates this month. We have 9 days until we spring forward. That daylight saving time will begin. 16 days until St. Patrick's Day, 18 days until the official start to spring, and 30 days until Easter Sunday. So we are quickly approaching those holidays. We are much colder this morning compared to this time yesterday morning. Not really feeling too spring-like out there at all. It is actually 21 to 22 degrees colder than where we were 24 hours ago in Hermiston and Tri-Cities. Remember, we were in the 60s at this time yesterday. We're at 40 right now in Tri-Cities and Hermiston. We are at 39 in Walla Walla, 37 in Pendleton, and 37 degrees in Yakima. So you will need that heavy coat once again this morning. And there is a little bit of a breeze out of the southwest, anywhere between 10 and about 20 miles per hour. And that breeze is making it feel a little bit colder. At least we're dry to start off your morning. There are some breaks in the clouds too. So I do think we'll start off with a little bit of sunshine, especially in the Tri-Cities over toward Yakima. More cloud cover along the foothills of the Blues where we still have snow falling along the higher elevations of the Blues this morning. But things have really come down in intensity along the Cascades overnight. Here's what to expect today. We're partly cloudy this morning in some spots, going mostly cloudy this afternoon. Notice this computer model, I think, overdoing the coverage as far as precipitation goes. I think we could see a sprinkle or a flurry, maybe a few light rain showers in Walla Walla. but that's about it. I think we're mainly dry. We're just too dry close to the surface to really support this precipitation despite a storm system offshore. Now tonight, things change, or today rather, we're looking at highs in the upper 40s, lower 50s. Now let's go to tonight. We'll have a piece of energy moving through that could provide enough lift for us to see a few rain and snow showers mixing in together. This is tonight into very early tomorrow, and temperatures will be dropping into the middle 30s. So we'll have a slightly better chance for some light rain and snow overnight, but no accumulation expected, of course. If you are traveling this weekend, be sure to check those mountain passes. They're in pretty good shape this morning, and it's not looking like a great weekend across the western half of the state either. We're looking at a mix of snow and rain in Seattle over the next few days. Chilly, highs only in the middle 40s. As we go into Portland, chilly as well, middle 40s, well below average with a mix of rain and snow. And if you're traveling east into Spokane, it's looking cold. 44 today, dropping into the upper 30s to around 40 degrees this weekend. And Sunday is looking like your driest day out of the next couple. Tri-Cities, we're breezy today. Tomorrow, can't rule out a passing light rain or snow shower. Upper 40s this weekend, more sunshine on Sunday. Yakima 45 today, 43 tomorrow, 45 on Sunday, so much cooler than last weekend. Walla Walla, foothills of the Blues, slightly better chances for more scattered shower and rain and snow shower activity, but any activity will be scattered at best this weekend. Hermiston 52 today, back in the 40s this weekend. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And it's time for some entertainment news now to the movie opening this weekend that could be music to the ears of theater owners, and a film about a man who hears music everywhere. David Daniel picks up the tune in our Hollywood Minute.
Look who's back from the dead. Now do what must be done.
Dead pretty much describes movie theater box offices this year, but Dune Part 2 could change that. Industry forecasts show the science fiction sequel's opening weekend could hit $80 million, more than the total box office of any film released in 2024 so far. Data trackers the box office companies say at this point in the sales cycle, Dune Part 2 is outselling such hits as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, John Wick 4, and even Oppenheimer.
For as long as I can remember, everyday, regular sounds, I turn into rhythm.
Here's your first look at Musica, directed, co-written by, and starring Rudy Mancuso, based on his real life with a form of synesthesia, in which people perceive one or more of their senses differently. He's also trying to make sense of family pressures, his romantic life, and his future. Musica begins streaming on Prime Video April 4th. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Definitely watching both of those movies when they come out. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, 4 Detroit 6th graders are turning heads as the charismatic hosts of a brand new YouTube TV show exploring careers in the arts.
You work hard for your money, and now you can get money back on state taxes you already paid with the Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
It's just magical.
It's American Idol's best season yet.
I'm giving you a yes!
No matter where you come from, you can always make it in life.
Especially on American Idol.
I can't believe this is happening.
In 2020, we did something so drastic, we had to wait 4 years to try it again. It's the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row, and everything is on sale. Shop today and find amazing deals on sofas and sectionals, deep discounts on dining sets, tables, and chairs, incredible bargains on king, queen, and kids' bedroom sets, and supercharge your sleep life with a new mattress. Plus, score no interest financing until 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But hurry, the Leap Year sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday.
Are you an experienced machinist? We have a job for you. Pasco Machine is hiring now. We offer generous wages, overtime, double time, full medical, paid holidays, and 4-day work schedule. Apply online today at pascomachine.com.
This year, I got serious about my taxes. I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and Miami, all on my own.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
I'm too tired to smile.
Make your moves count. Intuit TurboTax. Let a full-service expert do your taxes for you as soon as today.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Does your phone have the Apple Valley News Now app? With top local stories, first alert weather, and an easy way to enter our contests. Make Apple Valley News Now your go-to information app. Search and download on the App Store or Google Play.
It's Live's finale from Las Vegas with American Idol's Lionel Richie plus Holly D. And Monday, March 11th, it's Live's After the Oscars show.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
World News Tonight with David Muir, twice each day. Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Here's your close to home forecast. It is a colder start outside this morning. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s out there. And today we'll see high temperatures in the mid to upper 40s across the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. 45 in Yakima, 37 for your high in Cle Elum, 48 in Toppenish, and 40 degrees in Ellensburg. A little bit milder, closer to average in the Columbia Basin, 52 Tri-Cities, 52 in Hermiston, 49 Prosser, 45 Moses Lake, and 47 in Connell. And then along the foothills of the Blues, we have mid to upper 40s, 47 in Dayton, 48 Walla Walla, and 49 degrees, that is just shy of 50 in Pendleton. It's looking like a much cooler weekend compared to last weekend. We'll break it down for you and have your full forecast coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. And 4 young boys are exploring careers in the arts and sharing that journey with a new TV show in Detroit. Reporter Kiera Hay sat down with 3 of the young men behind Mixture of 4.
The city's cutest and most charismatic hosts will soon debut their own show. It's called Mixture of 4, where 4 at the time 5th graders, Oscar Callahan, Cleveland Gregory III, David Winkler, and Sayer Liddell interview different people in the city of Detroit with careers in the arts.
So when people watch the show, what do you want them to feel?
Happy, joyfulness,
inspired.
excited, yes, inspired, friendship.
Inspired's good. Why inspired?
You don't have to set your limits low.
The guests on season 1 are definitely setting the bar high. Oscar cooking with the executive chef of the world-renowned restaurant Sheldon Standard.
I made countryside ribs. I made little jam cookies.
And did the food taste good?
Yeah, it tastes amazing.
Also on the guest list, painter Sabrina Nelson, Nivek Monet, and performing artist Satori Circus, to name a few.
What did you learn the most out of this experience, the whole experience?
Different mediums, texture, paints, and I learned how to color with charcoal.
Cleveland, already a working artist, with his first